A very good Wednesday morning to you from what is a delightful sunny blue skied morning here in Manchester. Sorry I've been away for the last few days. Not been well, in fact not been well at all. On my way to the GP this morning, so hopefully things will improve. As you know, about a week and a half or so ago now, I received this in the post, which is our friend Guido's Longine Conquest, which is a brilliant little watch. And as I promised, I would give it a test drive and report back to all your guys regarding my opinions upon said timepiece. But first, a little bit of a history lesson. So there you go. Quite a little bit of history there of old Longines, or as I believe it should be called, and we all mispronounce it, Longine, Lonzines, I think it's supposed to be pronounced. So kind of my idea when Guido offered the chance for me to test drive his Conquest was to really see whether I could see any reason why we, as a watch buying and wearing public, tend to walk right by Longine or Longine. I know I certainly do. I'm kind of guilty of it, and I know from my first mention of doing that, there's a few of you out there who've had them in the past, and one or two of you have got actually favourite Longine models. Now, I can only kind of talk from my perspective, which is, why do I walk past them? Well, I kind of walk past them because a lot of their models are very highly polished, and we can see that by this particular Conquest. The case, the bezel, obviously it's not movable on this particular model. The lugs and the shoulders are all very highly polished. The only thing that isn't, of course, is the case back with the flying hourglass there. Now, it does tend to be, from my remembering of seeing my local AD, that quite a lot of the models have fully polished bracelets. Now, I'm a bracelet guy, and I do have watches that have straps. Of course I do, but I do think that a watch looks good on a bracelet. Now, maybe I'm kind of caught up in the brushed, buffed, stainless steel look, because that is where most of the watch genre quite happily lies. And now we've moved into the titanium kind of look. That comes as a buffed look, as a standard, as it were. So I think, speaking for myself, I think that's why I pass them by, because, and this is not meant as any rebuff or rebuke to Longines as a brand. A lot of the fashion brands, your Michael Kors of this world, that kind of thing, Armani and all that kind of thing, all tend to be highly polished. Look at me, look how shiny I am, that kind of thing. And I'm actually not that kind of guy, because to me, all that shiny dictates is show-offness and, look at what it appears I can afford, kind of thing. Whereas the majority of us who spend quite a little bit of money on watches, the real expensive stuff is actually quite under the radar to a certain extent. So I think for me, to a certain extent, a lot of the problem that I have with Longine as a brand is all this shiny stainless steel. It is perhaps the wrong route to go. So why did they go down that route? Well, maybe they went down that route because they could see that all the fashion brands, the fashion houses, and people like Michael Kors, etc., were gaining ground because of their appearance, perhaps. And maybe Longines thought that they could actually corner a bit of the youth market. Maybe. I don't know. Have they gone wrong with that? Well, if that is their thinking, yes, I do. I think they've gone very wrong with that, because as you saw from the little bit of history, Longines are a very worthy brand. And I know there's a video out there by Archie giving his opinions why Longines as a brand are, to use his vernacular, dog shit. And well, they're not dog shit as such. They are an ignored brand. That's as far as I can see. It is a brand that for some reason has fallen out of favour, for whatever reason that may be, and we, the watch buying public, are nonplussed when we see a nice display of Longines. We will pass right by those and go to the Breitlings or the Tags or the Omegas or the Rolexes or whatever are close by. Now, the other reason I think that I'm not particularly interested in Longines is that they focus a hell of a lot on their celebrity ambassadors. Oh, yes. I'm not a fan of celebrity, as you're also well aware. But their two main celebrity ambassadors are Kate Winslet, great actress, enjoy quite a lot of the films, very good-looking girl. But does that spur me on to buy a Longines? No, it doesn't. Simon Baker, Australian actor, famous for The Mentalist. But apart from that, he's not really done a lot as far as I'm aware. I'm assuming like a lot of famous Australian actors, he started off in Home and Away or Neighbours or something like that and got a gig in Hollywood. So they seem to always put these massive displays behind their watches of one or both of those particular personalities, and that, particularly for me, turns me off. So let's kind of bring it down to Guido's watch. When Guido sent me this, he did say that this was his beta. And told me to treat it as I would treat my beaters. Well, I think I said at the time that I treat all my watches with the greatest respect and care, and I fully intended to treat this exactly the same way, and that's what I've done. Firstly, let me say something about the bracelet and about the strap, and not about the watch. I love this strap. It is a Hirsch strap. It is this gorgeous chocolate brown mock crop, stitched up each side, lovely thick. You're never going to wear this bugger out. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. And what Guido's done, he has put a lovely chunky Christopher Ward buckle on there. Can you see that? Look at that. So that actually sits very nicely with the watch. Now, as far as the watch is concerned, firstly, let me say, I can understand why this is Guido's beta. Not because the word beta is a sign of disdain for any particular watch, that you don't care about it and it can be knocked about. No. A beta is something literally that can take wear. That what we do every day of the week, we bang it when we go shopping, we knock it on the car door when we're getting in and out, and I know I certainly do because I'm a bit unsteady these days. When you're carrying your shopping bags and all that kind of thing. But what I also take as being a good quality of a beta is that it looks good. And it doesn't matter whether your beta is something like I own, which is 60 quid's worth, or whether you've paid, 1,000 quid or 1,200 euro or whatever. If that looks good, then it is a worthy wristwatch, not just a beta. And that is what this is. It is a beautiful, well-constructed, sturdy piece of watchmaking craft. It is quartz, so it's bang on accurate. It is nice and chunky. I love a chunky watch. It's got a lovely sturdy screw-on back, which is a buffed stainless steel. The engravings are so deep, I can never see those wearing down, even if you own the watch for 50 years. It's got lovely notches to unscrew it, so that's really sturdy, and brilliant shoulders around the knurled crown, so you're not going to knock the crown in any way, shape or form. It is a brilliant watch. Is there any reason why you shouldn't buy one of these watches? No, absolutely not. Has it made me think any different about Longines? To be truthful, no, it hasn't, Guido, but I do like it, I have to say. Now the thing, and it, you know, kind of, we all make a big deal out of this, and if we're honest, you never use it, but we make a big deal about it. Loom. There is no loom on this watch. And as is always the case, occasionally when you want to know the time, you glance at the watch and it's not particularly light. With a stainless steel, highly polished piece like this, you have to get it at a correct angle to reflect some light from somewhere, whether it be a lamp or what's coming out the TV or the little bit of light that's left coming through the window in the late evening. But is that a big issue? No, it's not a deal breaker at all. The watch itself feels great on the wrist. It feels like a good chunky piece of watch, and I like that. I like the fact that you can feel something on your wrist. These little pieces of fluff that some people buy and put on your wrist and say, you know, these are, you know, very, very small gram weights and that. Well, that's fine. If you're wearing a very slimline dress watch from the 1950s, then that's great and that's lovely and that's what you want. But for something that is your beater, you need to know that it's on your wrist. I've really enjoyed wearing this. I think what it has made me do, with both wearing it and getting some of the feedback that I've had from Longines lovers out there, I will spend a bit more time next time I'm passing my local Longines AD and have a look what they've got in the window. Have a look at the strapped watches they have. I know there's one called the Hydro Conquest, which I think might be worth a look at for me, so I will feed back if I get a chance to have a look at that. This watch is worthy of far more than the term beater. I understand fully why Guido wears it as a beater, because it will take everything and anything that he decides to throw at it and it will still look good. And because it's quartz, it will last the test of time. Literally, it will always be bang on for him, and he will never be ashamed of wearing this. And because I know that he changes it between straps and bracelets and NATOs, he will always have a different look to this particular watch. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank Guido once again for trusting me with this. It is a lovely, lovely watch. Has it changed my view of Longines completely? No. Am I expecting it to change your point of view towards Longines? No, absolutely not. But would I say at this point, if you usually, like me, walk straight past the Longines display, perhaps, just perhaps, slow down and take a little bit more of a lingering look. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you very, very much indeed for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up. If it's your first time here and you're enjoying this kind of thing and you feel, oh, it wouldn't be bad to subscribe to this fella, I think there's a little button down here somewhere. Give that a press and subscribe. If you're thinking, do I just do watch stuff? I don't. I do all sorts of stuff. Really varied, kind of eclectic nonsense here you'll find. So have a look through the back catalogue and see if there's anything there that might amuse yourself while you've got a spare 10 or 15 minutes during your busy day. So for now, that's it everyone. Thank you very much for watching and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.